He said he was separated. He swore up and down that the marriage was over. But here's the twist. His wife messaged me. Imagine the pit that formed in my stomach when the truth hit me. Everything he told me was a lie. And instead of confronting him head on, his wife and I joined forces for something he never expected. A revenge plan that was as petty as it was perfect. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever been lied to, betrayed, or strung along by someone who thought they could get away with it, you know that deep ache in your chest, that burning need for closure. This story has all of that and more. Lies, betrayal, unlikely allies, and one of the pettiest revenge plans I've ever heard. So if you've ever dreamed of seeing karma served with style, hit that like button. And stick around until the very end, because this revenge wasn't just about him getting caught. It was about us taking back control of the story he thought he was writing. At first, everything seemed normal. He was charming, attentive, funny in that slightly awkward way that made him feel genuine. He told me very clearly that he was separated, not divorced yet, but done with the marriage. He painted this picture of a man in transition, someone trying to rebuild, and I wanted to believe him. Weeks passed, and little things started to feel off. He avoided calls at certain hours. He was vague about where he lived, saying things like, "Oh, it's just temporary until paperwork goes through." I chalked it up to the messiness of separation. I didn't want to seem paranoid. But then the message came. A simple, polite DM from a woman who introduced herself as his wife. Not his ex-wife, not his soon-to-be ex-wife, his actual, still very much legal wife. We got on a call. I remember my heart pounding like a drum in my ears. We compared timelines, screenshots, little details he told both of us. And the picture became crystal clear. This man had a history of pulling people into his web of half-truths and manipulation. And that's when the first spark of revenge flickered. Normally, when someone gets caught, they either confess or double down. He doubled down. He tried to spin excuses, to gaslight both of us. "She's overreacting," he told me. "We're basically done. She's just bitter." Meanwhile, he told her that I was just a fling, as if diminishing me would somehow make his lies less disgusting. That's when I realized this wasn't just a bad boyfriend. This was a practiced liar who thrived on keeping women in the dark. Now, his wife and I had two choices. Walk away quietly and let him keep spinning this game with someone else, or create a little chaos of our own. And if you know me, you know which one we chose. We decided no big confrontation, no screaming matches, no dramatic Facebook exposés. Instead, we'd make him feel the paranoia he'd forced on us. We created subtle fake personas. Never anything extreme, just casual, flirty acquaintances. Messages on different platforms, Instagram, WhatsApp, even a random text or two. Always lighthearted, never explicit. Just enough for him to wonder, who else knows about me? At first, he brushed them off, claimed they were spam. But then he started getting nervous. You could see it in his behavior, checking his phone constantly, leaving the room to answer messages, getting cagey when either of us asked harmless questions. And then one day, his wife pretended to accidentally find one of the messages on his phone while he was sitting right there. Now, here's where it got delicious. His wife and I took turns discovering things. She'd screenshot a mysterious message and send it to him with a sarcastic, "Wow, looks like you're really popular." I casually mentioned that he seemed distracted lately, like maybe he was juggling too much. Each time, his excuses got weaker. He started sweating, literally. He'd stammer through explanations, shifting blame, claiming it was old friends or jealous exes. But the more he squirmed, the more tangled his lies became. One night, he almost caught me slipping. He asked, dead serious, "Do you know anyone named Sarah?" My heart skipped. "No," I lied. He stared at me for a long second before dropping it. That was close. Too close. By now, weeks had gone by. His wife had used the time wisely, quietly consulting a lawyer, sorting her finances, preparing for a clean exit. And I was emotionally done. But before walking away, we wanted the finale. So one evening, his wife and I confronted him together. Not in a screaming match, not in a dramatic showdown, just calm, collected truth. We laid everything out on the table. The timelines, the screenshots, the fake messages he thought were real. You should have seen his face. The panic, the realization that not only had he been caught, but he'd been toyed with the entire time. He wasn't in control. We were. And in that moment, he crumbled. His wife told him she was filing for divorce. I told him we were done. 2 lives he thought he could juggle, gone in a single night. He stammered, begged, tried to blame stress and confusion. But it was too late. The beauty of it wasn't in shouting or cursing. It was in the silence after, the quiet power of walking away while he sat there, hollow, realizing he lost everything he tried to manipulate. That's the thing about liars. They believe they're the puppet masters, but sometimes the strings snap back. Was it petty? Oh, absolutely. Did it feel good? More than I expected. But here's the bigger truth. If someone can lie about something as massive as a marriage, they'll lie about anything. The red flags were there. I just didn't want to see them. And to anyone listening, don't play with fire like we did. What we did was technically harmless, but could have gone wrong in 1,000 ways. The safer route is document, protect yourself, and seek legal advice if needed. Revenge feels sweet, but safety feels sweeter. So what do you think? Was this the perfect level of petty, or would you have taken it farther? Be honest, drop your take in the comments. If this story gave you that little spark of satisfaction, smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe. We share stories every week about karma, justice, and the sweet art of revenge. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, and remember, sometimes karma just needs a little push.